so you're not just a faculty member, you're also the director of our graduate admissions program for the last few years. What would you tell a prospective student about why he or she should be interested in coming to UCI School of Education?
Okay. If I could back up just real quick for just a second, I would also give advice before they start applying is to go around and try things. To, like for example, I knew I wanted to work with children in one way or another, and I worked in a couple labs, and then I worked in a daycare setting, and I worked with children in an abuse shelter. And so I think as an undergraduate, if you're thinking of graduate school, getting out there and trying different things is very helpful to inform where you want to go. And then when you're looking at places, I think one of the key factors, particularly for a PhD, I would give different advice if it was a master's program or for something else, but for a program like ours, we're training you to study in a certain area. So for example, we talked about my research on organized activities and STEM motivation. I'm not the best person to train people on other aspects. I'm very good at training people if they want to study after school activities, they want to study families, STEM motivation, a variety of topics, but they need to look at the faculty members to see what it is that they're researching, get to know them, watch these videos, those kinds of things to make an informed decision. In terms of why here at UCI, I think there's a couple reasons. One I mentioned before the two things I mentioned that brought me here to UCI is that this is one of the places in the country to study organized after-school activities. I mean, it's one of the few places I can think of that has multiple faculty members. And what that means is we have graduate courses on this, that my graduate students work with me on after-school activities. They work with Deborah Vidal on after-school activities. They could work with George Farkas on after-school activities. They have a variety of opportunities to work with different faculty and think of different ways on a certain topic. Also the interdisciplinarity of the school that, for example, in our statistics series, they learn how psychologists think about statistics and run models. They learn about how sociologists think about things, how economists think about things. And that type of training is not offered in a lot of places, or you have to go across multiple departments. And I know over the last several years, even since I've been here and you've been here, we've made some tweaks to the program to help. You asked me about time in the classroom versus time outside. And so we've made some tweaks to the program so that we're making sure students are getting all those enriching experiences outside of the classroom, freeing up more time so that they can have more flexibility in their coursework to help tailor what it is they want to study with what they're doing in their classroom, and also what activities they're doing outside of the classroom.